Jai Opetaia defeats Ellis Zorro by complete annihilation in the first round. This man's a monster. The Terminator. There's just no stopping the guy. He completely destroyed Zorro. I'm going to keep this video short and sweet, just like his KO. Let's face it, Jai Opetaia is the uncrowned king of the Cruiserweight division. The IBF obviously unfortunately stripped him, but he's still the champ in the Ring Magazine's eyes. I think it was disappointing that the IBF are so strict and they've just stripped him so quickly. Ultimately, Opetaia was presented with a great opportunity, something he couldn't pass up. The Saudis gave him the biggest payday he's got to date. In the past, champions were given exemptions. Either the title was allowed to be on the line, or alternatively, the title would still be kept with the champion, but it just wouldn't be put on the line for that particular fight. And that's what I think should have happened in this case. Maris Braders came out and said so himself, that he wasn't ready. And that's why obviously Opetaia went his own way, went and had another fight. So for the IBF to come out and do this to him, I think it is unfair. I guess money and politics always win though, and it's a shame. As for the fight, it was a quick one. Quicker than popping your load, if you're that lucky. Anyway, Opetaia was very patient, wasn't rushing his work. He was using his footwork very well, constantly bouncing in and out. He was confusing Zorro. He was targeting the body a lot, forcing the hands of Zorro down. He used feints a lot, which then ultimately led to the KO. Zorro was just too static. He just couldn't get a read on Opetaia at all. He was literally a lamb sent to the slaughterhouse. You could tell that Opetaia was just looking for two shots. That shot to the body and then that overhand left. He failed the first few times in that round, but in the last 10 seconds, wacha! A feint with a right to the body, and then boom! An overhand left lands. Zorro falls to the ropes and doesn't get up. Opetaia completely disintegrates him. I think we all know that this was a complete mismatch. That and Filip Hrgović versus Mark Demori. It's not Opetaia's fault that this is the case. Fights were offered to Matthias Masternak and Richard Riakporhe, but they just didn't want any part of it. However, in his next fight, I would like to see him step up against a legitimate ranked opponent. Not someone just on the rankings for the sake of it. Someone proven in the Cruiserweight division. Obviously, money talks, and that's the only way I can see this happening. What we need is the Saudis to put the money up for these kind of fights. We need Opetaia to fight Arsen Godomirian, the current WBA Super Cruiserweight champion. Chris Billum-Smith, the current WBO Cruiserweight World Champion. Or Noel McCallan, the current WBC Cruiserweight World Champion. I want to see him clear up the Cruiserweight division. I want to see him unify, become undisputed. I hear talks that he could potentially move up to heavyweight. Why? He's 28 years old. He's got so much time on his hands. Yes, he could potentially be an absolute killer in the heavyweight division, but I first want to see him take these challenges at Cruiserweight first. Look, I think he's currently the uncrowned king of the Cruiserweight division, but he needs to take these sort of fights first to become the actual king. At this current time, it's all speculation. Yes, we're saying he's amazing, he's good, he's insane, but there's always someone potentially round the corner that could have your mark. Possibly bigger, stronger, more skilled, that could potentially have your number on a particular night. I think it's hard pressed to find a fighter that could potentially beat Opetaia at this stage, but I do want to see these sorts of fights, and I want to see Opetaia prove that he's the best. I think he's the best, but I want to see that he's the best. Big up the uncrowned king, Jai Opetaia. Anyway, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to drop a like, subscribe and comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bash!